Welcome to the making of a DM. Who do you call when shit hits the fan? If you're a real business owner, you know exactly what I mean. Today's show, I'm going to break down some very deep things that are happening in my life right now and who I called when shit hits the fan. And most importantly, how you can start calling the right people to solve your problem much faster. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM. Welcome to the making of a DM podcast show. Appreciate you being here. I know we got a lot of crazy stuff going on in life, but listen, I hope over the next 30 to 45 minutes or however long this needs to be today, I can share some insightful stuff to help make your life easier, better, more profitable, more fun, maybe make you laugh here and there, and just realize that you're not alone on this crazy journey we're in called life. I'm sitting here in Parkland, Florida. Actually getting ready to take my son to tennis practice in the morning here. And I have a show I want to share with you. I like to share with you guys real timely information. So I'll share that with you here in a second. But appreciate everyone sharing the post on the podcast shows. Like if the show is important to you or makes an impact or says something to you or you hear something powerful, screenshot it, share it on social media, tag me. I'd love to give you props, reshare your story and all that good stuff. Hopefully get you some eyeballs. And, it really does mean a lot to me. And I know I always say that, but because it's true. So if you're brand new here, welcome. Make sure to check out the podcast show at the beginning. Number one, this is about the 115th, 116th show. So we got a lot of great stuff here and, take this information and run hard with it. So today, as I'm talking to you, I'm pulling out of a deal. Yep, I'm pulling out. It's something I very ultra rarely do. The truth is, the only reason I'm doing it is because this lawyer that the seller hired is a nimwit. He really fucked up the expectations for the seller. Just let me stop for a second. For me, I'm old school. Straight up. I know a lot of people say this, but I really am. I've actually had a tough time with this because where I come from, you say you're going to do a deal, you shake a man's hand, you fucking do the deal. Period. That's it. And that's how I roll. That's how I've always rolled. It serves me well. I've also been burned as well, but it's who I am, and it's what I really do believe and stand for. You say you're going to do it. Period. Not maybe, not what if. Do what you say you're going to do. And I hold that very serious. And it's honestly, for the last 5 days, it's been kind of tacking on me because I'm still trying to make this deal work because I told this seller that I would make it work, right? When I shook his hand, I told him I was buying it. And now lawyers get involved, time kills deals, expectations get out of whack, and now things are changing. What I said and what this guy said he heard, and now what his lawyer sends to us, it's different. And I don't play fucking games. I really don't. I'm not into the whole, hey man, let's add this line in there and see if they catch it. Ha 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 ha. I don't do that. I don't like huge contracts for the simple reason is, I like 5th grade level shit. I like stuff that I understand, you're signing this is what you get, no more, no less, period, good, you go with it, I'm good with it, good, let's go. See, these guys have a tendency to play little games. And the problem is, this lawyer really is, it's funny because when I was initially setting it up, the seller called me, he's like, hey man, I just hired this lawyer and he said, I'm selling it too cheap. I'm like, well, fuck, why are you calling me? Call him and get the money. Listen, lawyers shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff. If you're a lawyer listening to the show, and I'm sure you're a good one, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. These guys, they set the wrong expectation for a seller. This guy was about to get over, $5 million of my money sitting in my bank account. And then all of a sudden it starts getting squirrely. And then this is where he messed up again. The seller on a Friday, I'm old school. I want to talk to someone. I call him because it's getting weird via email. And I'm like, yo, man, give me a call. He doesn't call. He does everything from email from that point forward. That pisses me off straight up. It makes me upset because it's like, dude, I thought we're in this together. Like, keep in mind too, I'm giving someone over $5 million of my money that I worked a long time for to purchase an asset. Yes, it's making $1 million a month, $1 million a year and all this stuff. If everything stays as is, if, things don't break. Yeah, there's a lot of ifs, and I'm carrying all the risk. I'm cool with it though. I get it. There's risk in all this shit. But if we're on basic contractual, things falling apart and I want to make a phone call and sort it out, and you're avoiding that, what in your right mind thinks that when you already got my money and shit's hitting the fan, I need help, because this is a business you've had for the last 5 years, so you probably know what the problem is or the solution. What makes me think that you're going to be there for me? See, these are things that I don't think most people understand in business. And that's what today's show's about, is who do you call when shit hits the fan? You know exactly what I mean if you're a business owner, because shit hits the fan all the time, right? All the time. Maybe your marketing breaks. Shit that happens to us every week. A link breaks, the website goes down, the server breaks, credit card doesn't get re-updated on the system for whatever reason. It goes down. We're sending, $10,000 of traffic to the page that day, and it's broken, and everyone's like, what happened? Whatever. Someone quits. Someone steals from you, right? Maybe it's a strategic person that quits for your company, and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? Right? Oftentimes, maybe it's a business partner stealing. These are things that happen in real life. You're getting ready to close a deal and the money falls through the deal. Money falls through. How do you react? What do you do? How are you proactive? Who do you call when shit hits the fan? Strategic planning, when strategic planning fails. Who do you call? Who do you sit down and strategic plan the plan that failed? Right? You had this great idea. You had a lot of moving parts, but now all of a sudden it's starting to fail, and you need to re-engineer, pivot the situation when all hell breaks loose, or shit hits the fan, I should say. Who do you call? Well, the beautiful thing about this, and I'm shooting straight with you, as I always do, is with this particular situation that I'm dealing with real time right now as I speak to you. Today's the D-Day. I called over 10 people. I called 10 guys that I know. Guys that own businesses and sold businesses and have dealt with these kind of situations. And I asked them, I share the story, and I asked them what they would do. And, I take their feedback. My job is to take the feedback and implement and execute accordingly, right? But out of all 10 people, the message was very similar. So for me, again, I think I was telling you, I was having trouble. I'm struggling with, I'm old school. I shook his hand. I said, 5-5, I'm in, kind of thing. And now the deal's changed, meaning that they want more. They're taking and giving, and, he has nothing at risk. We're 5 weeks deep into a contract that still hasn't been signed. It's like just grinding people out. Time kills deals. See, if the guy would have just shut up, shook my hand, closed the deal, he'd have a lot, 5 million plus in his bank account, and he could be off into the sunset. But that's not how it went down. So who do you call when shit hits the fan? I called my buddy Gary. I met Gary 18 years ago at a Maverick event in DC. There was probably about 100 people at this event. I think we each paid $5,000 to be there. And we all were there because this guy was hosting an event. Yannick Silver, to be exact, is his name. And we all connected. We met each other. I didn't know him from Adam until that day. We connected. We met. And we created a relationship. I'd see him at other events. I would do charity events when we were building houses and redeveloping houses and giving them away to homeless veterans. I'd always message my buddies and say, hey, do you want to participate in this year? Gary always said yes. He owned a cabinet company. He'd supply the cabinets if we needed them for the bathroom and kitchen. And sometimes he'd bring in his buddies to get the appliances. And then he started building his other part of his company for the flooring. So it really is just a great guy, a great giver. I'd have never met him if I didn't invest in myself and go meet at the Maverick event. Ever. I'd have never met this guy. I'd have never met this guy. Another guy, Doug Dobler. Great guy. Met him over 20 years ago in Detroit, Michigan. We're hanging out at an event, about a bigger event, 500 people. I actually met him in the lobby area. He was there talking to a guy I knew named Mike. Mike was one of my mentors. And Mike said, hey, Mark, do you know Doug? Doug, do you know Mark? Boom, boom, boom. No, we didn't. To this day, Doug and I's made millions of dollars together collectively. Talked to him, shared my thoughts, my ideas, what's going on. See, the thing is, these are guys I meet because I've invested in myself to show up to an event. Get out of my little bubble, my little circle. It's not easy. It's not comfortable. I'm not really an extrovert where I go out and like high five people and get all fucking stoked up and excited to meet people. But it's very important. It's changed my life. So I have to make it like a for real effort to do this. Called another guy, Paul. I met 3 years ago at an event in Orlando. I didn't know who he was, but the guy holding the event, Tim, has this big event. There's 250 people there. Again, it's a guy I meet going to the restroom. Literally, the restroom. He says, hey, man, aren't you that DM guy that's online with that white hat? Yep, I got it on right now. And we joke, whatever. But we come to find out he knows someone I know someone he knows. And we start connecting the dots. Him and I's done millions of dollars of deals in the last 3 years. Because I got my fat ass out of the house and got to a fucking event in Orlando, Florida that I didn't want to go to, but I had to. Why? Because I made a commitment to go. Made a commitment for my better self. I don't need to do this shit. I have to do it. I want to. I need to, right? It's important for growth, connection, relationship capital. Another guy, Mike. This guy sold multiple companies, many companies. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars this guy's generated in wealth. I met him 11 years ago at a $50,000 per person. Him and I each paid $50,000. There's 18 people in the room for a mastermind group. I met him there. He's tatted up. He owns a service company. I own a real estate company. I'm not tatted up. I don't dress like him. I don't look like him. But we connected. We started talking. We started texting. He's like, man, I got a lot of cash. Do you do real estate? I want to talk to you about that. I was value add to him. He was value add to me. We value add each other's lives. We had value. So I called him, talked to him last night for an hour about this. But again, that mastermind was in Las Vegas. I had to travel 3 times a year to go to Vegas and sit in that room, not complaining. It's not something I always wanted to do, but I had to do it because I made a commitment. And every time I show up to these events, I meet someone. I'm not going there to meet 500 people. I'm going there to connect with a couple. I don't even know who they are yet. But you know how it is. When you meet someone, you just feel it. You connect. And what's cool about these kind of guys that I'm talking about and the people I'm calling when shit hits the fan. By the way, shit hits the fan in my world every day. So I talk to people often. They're not judging me. They don't judge. They're there to help and serve. The truth is, a lot of those guys I mentioned are way further ahead in life than I am, older in age and financially. So they've been where I'm at, and they're helping me guide through it easier. And they're happy to do so. It makes them feel good. I know that's true because I do that to a lot of people myself. It's the best feeling in the world to be able to help people. It's what it's about. They enjoy the game. I don't know about you, man, but I love the game of business and life. I love the challenges. I love the wins. I love the heartache. I know a lot of people are like, man, it's tough. Dude, like, how can you be mad? This is the life you've chosen. It is going to be hard days. You know? I remember when I had a partner stealing from me, I called two buddies and I'm like, dude, what do I do? And they're like, I've been in this exact same situation and here's what I did. I don't know how much heartache and how much money and time they saved me, but it was a lot. And these are all guys I've met at events, forging relationships with at the restaurant, at the bar, hanging out in the lobby, hanging out at the coffee shop, meeting in the back of the room, at the water cooler at the event. See, the thing is, at events, whoever's hosting it, their followers follow them, their tribe. And if you like the person you're listening to, they've probably done a really good job qualifying other people that you could relate to and connect with easier. When shit hits the fan, you can't call your parents, you can't call your uncles, your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, your aunts. You can't call anybody in the family, definitely not my family. They'll be like, dude, you think this is a problem? My fucking gas is $5 a gallon. And I'm trying to send someone $5.5 million, right? Think about this. You can't call your buddies because they're hanging out at the bar getting wasted, watching sports. You know, talking about the next best thing or the pick or the draft or whatever bullshit's going on at the moment. You tell them, hey, man, I'm having trouble, man. I'm struggling about sending this guy $5.5 million. What should I do? Like, dude, you're always bragging, man. Fuck, if I had your money, I wouldn't even do anything. Who do you call when shit hits the fan? If you're not reaching out to people that get it, if you're not reaching out to people you've connected with over the years. By the way, there's nothing to be embarrassed about on pursuing your purpose in life, your dreams, your goals. There's snags, there's problems, there's people involved. I mean, it's every day. And I'm not saying I call these guys and complain every day. But again, these are relationships I've built over the years, all because I started off at an event and connected with them. I keep harping on this over the last 3 or 4 shows because it's so important that you get out of your bubble. If you're struggling, it's made belief in your head. Go to events where people are crushing it, doing big things around you, that can help you, that can inspire you, that wants to connect with you, that wants to guide you. They're not all trying to charge you. Some do that, but that's not what our group does. The opportunities in life are limitless if you're hanging out in the right environment. It's very frustrating to be sitting at home or in your car by yourself, struggling with something that literally, if you picked up the fucking phone and got with the right person, they could solve it in a nanosecond. But yet, you're too damn stubborn, you're too ignorant, or both, to realize that you have to get outside of your bubble and start connecting to strangers. Think about how messed this up. Think about how messed up this is. Meaning, I can connect with a stranger at a better level than I can with probably a family member. I did an entire show about this, about being a black sheep. I can connect. If I'm in the right room with people that are pursuing their dreams and goals and moving forward in life in a positive manner, I have a lot more in common with that fucker than I do my cousin that hates the world, thinks everyone's against him, has his hand out all the time, waiting for everyone to take care of his needs and wants because he deserves it. Doesn't take responsibility for anything in his life unless it's good, because then that's what he did. He worked really hard to do that. But I could meet someone at an event that literally is all the way across the country, maybe outside of the fucking country, and have more in common with that person in 5 minutes and know them better than anybody else. Why? Because they're on the journey with you. Maybe they're further ahead in the journey. Maybe they're further behind. It doesn't matter. They're on the path. It's fun to connect with great people. It's inspiring. It's encouraging. I don't care if you're brand new. I don't care if you're getting started. You have to get in rooms that allow you to expedite your results. If you ever see someone under 30 or someone that's been in business 5 years and they're crushing it, it's not because they're doing it on their own. It's because they're getting in rooms and connecting with people to expedite their results. I see people, it's like, man, I've been at this for 20 years and I'm finally making 10 grand a month. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? 10 grand a month in 20 years? Like, come on, I could do that working in a corporation and I don't have to work hard. People get it twisted. The goal for you, I hope, is to expedite your vision. Why would you have all these great dreams and great goals without expedition attached to it? Expedite that shit. Grow it quicker, faster, bigger, and much more profitable. It's the fastest way I know how to get out of the funk. For 5 days, I've had these connection calls with these great guys. They gave me peace of mind. They made me feel confident. They gave me comfort and understanding, like what was going on in my brain. I want to learn from this. I'm not calling them. They're like, hey, what's up, loser? Yeah, man, you don't know how to close a deal. Man, you must be really dumb. None of that. Like, dude, what's going on, man? Tell me what's up. How can I help you? Yeah, I've been there before. Here's what I did. What's your gut telling you? What are you thinking? They're guiding you through the emotional process. They're guiding you through the journey to get you to destination quicker. Most of you are out here walking from Florida to California when you could literally fucking get in a jet and take the jet and be there in hours, not months. Less struggle, less pain, less hard work. You always hear me talk about I'm team-made, not self-made. My team's just not my company teams, guys. I have amazing, amazing people in my life that I've met at events that's changed my life. They're some of my best friends. Literally, I could get them to do something for me quicker than a family member. Literally, I'm the same guy too. I'm the friend that I always wanted to be for them. When you show up to these events and connect with great people, great things tend to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know when I'm going to have to call them. But I'm forging relationships on the daily. I'm sending out gifts. I'm sending out handwritten letters. I'm seeing a book and I think about Gary. Gary, check out this book. Gary actually likes dogs. So I have a cool piece being made for him, a piece of art to say thank you for your time. I got another buddy, huge karate guy. So I got a cool piece going to him. Thank you for your time. These are things we don't have to do. This is what good buddies do. They think about their buddies. They think about their friends. They think about their colleagues that want to connect. Who do you call when shit hits the fan? If you don't have anybody to call that can calm you down, that could be a great ear to listen, more importantly, guide you with past information and knowledge and expertise, that's your fault. There's fucking events going on 20 times a minute. How many have you been to in the last 12 months? How many have you been into the last month? I still go to events. I got 2 in June. I got 1 in May. I did 2 in April. 3 in April, actually. I still go. I'm fucking busier than most people here probably combined. Truth. What's your excuse if you're not doing something like this? And if you are, you know exactly what I'm talking about, how valuable and important these amazing relationships are made. See, the thing is, too, there's a consistency thing in there. Once a year, show up and meet these guys at the same group. Connect. Forge. Create a relationship. This ain't just about money overnight. This is about long-term life. This is about connection. This is about growth as a human. I think a lot of you have it twisted. I think, dude, if I give you $1,000, how much do I make tomorrow? That's why you're fucking broke. That's why you're broke. What if you came there and you met someone amazing and you connected? You don't know what could happen. I've seen millions of dollars raised in minutes. I've seen problems get solved in seconds. I've seen people get their time back, their emotional power back in nanoseconds because they're in the right room with the right people connecting at the right time. If you're listening to my voice, I don't care if it's my event or someone else's, you have to start elevating this piece. Be careful to which events you go to, though. If you go to events where everyone's getting blasted, drunk that means, and you're sitting there trying to be a better husband or a better wife or a better spouse, a better leader, it's probably not the best conducive environment to do that in. I'm not saying that's not fun once in a while if that's what you're into, but that's not what you're going there for. You're going there to connect with people. You don't want to go to the event when you wake up, you're like, shit, man, I don't even know what I did last night. I'm talking out of experience. I did stupid shit like that. It's dumb. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your brain cells. It's a waste of their... No one wins. No one wins. I do know at the DM Live event in Cleveland, Ohio, June 29th and 30th, we're there to help you scale, buy back your time, and most importantly for you to connect with great human beings. You'll meet all my team members. You'll meet Tim Bratz, the $400 million man, Sean Whalen, built $1 million a month company very quickly through social. My boy Austin, 28 years old, generated millions of dollars extracting from social media. My boy Matt G, doing crypto, showed with me how to get to, 8 figures very quickly in crypto, which is really cool. These are all salt of the earth, great guys. These are not glorified public speakers. These are guys that do the business every day. They love human beings and they want to connect and help people. It's the only guys I hang out with, these types of guys. And I want to bring you into the environment that allows you to connect with these guys because we all need more help. Who are you calling when shit hits the fan? That's what I'm always thinking about. The guys I've connected with is absolutely astronomically the most valuable thing I've ever done in my life. Some events are blah, but the people I meet. The truth is, the one guy, Mike, that I talked about, him and I were in a group for 2 years. It's $50,000 a year. And we both left the same year. We didn't strategically do that, just kind of happened because we felt that it wasn't being led properly. That happens sometimes. So we just decided to leave and go to another, and just figure it out next step. But we still stayed in contact. We meet each other at different events randomly. Like he's going to an event, I see, hey man, I'm showing up too, I'll see you. I got at the event, I'm speaking at Sean Whalen's event in Utah. My boy Eric just sold a company for $115 million. He's taking his jet out there. We're taking the jet out there. And I was like, dude, I can't wait to see you. So the guys that invested money to be on the jet, at least $10,000 a ticket, are going to hang out with the guy that sold a company for $115 million, ex-drug addict, crushing the game of life, and he wants to help great people. Do you think relationship capital gets expedited when you're like, Eric meet Steve, Steve meet Eric? Birds together flock together. Stop hanging out with the fucking chickens and quacking with the ducks. You got to get with the eagles. You got to get soar. You got to get to a new level. That's the stuff we're thinking about over here. That's the stuff we're working on. We're connecting the dots. We're helping people expedite results. I'm not in the business of seminars. I'm in the business of connections. My whole life, my millions of dollars I've generated, many millions of dollars from people just through connecting at events. Relationship capital. That's the benefit of it. But the ultra real benefit is, who do you call when shit hits the fan? Connect with great people, and they're going to give you peace of mind at a much faster pace. I swear on my life, whatever you're struggling with in your life right now, business or personal or both, at the DM Live, I can 100% say there is someone there to help you there. 100%. When you show up, and when you show up intently, your life will get better. I guarantee it. Because I know the people come into the room. Me or my team talks to every single person. We want to meet you. We want to talk to you. We want to make sure you're a good fit. If you're a get rich quicker, if you're a dick, you're not invited. We want people who genuinely want to help each other. We want people that are growing and expanding and driving, has goals, has dreams. More importantly, has work ethic to make it happen. I'm amped up for Cleveland, Ohio, June 29th and 30th, because it's going to change a lot of people's lives. And I'd be doing you a disservice if I did not hammer this point home continuously, because this is the event of the year. You will experience something you've never experienced before. I can tell you all this bullshit, but until you show up, you'll never experience it. So don't listen to the show and just push stop and go fucking off on your day. I want you to push pause and get over to markevansdm.com/live and get a ticket now. markevansdm.com/live. You owe it to yourself. It's $997 for God's sakes. That's it. Bring a guest for $497. That's it. Nothing to buy. Don't even bring your credit cards. Nothing to buy. I want to connect with you. I want to hold you. I want to shake your hand. I want to hug you. I want to see what you got going on and how we can help you grow. If there's investment opportunities, if there's deal-making opportunities, like, this is our world. This is what we do every day. I'd love to do it with you. So with that said, get over to markevansdm.com/live, and I want you to remember from this point forward, who do you call when shit hits the fan? I hope myself and guys that you meet at the Dealmaker Live event are part of that list. We want to help you, but you got to be willing to help yourself. With that said, get over there. Like I said, markevansdm.com/live. Thank you so much for being here. Go out and have a kick-ass day, and I'll see you in Cleveland, Ohio, and we're going to crush it, and be ready. June 30th, the party's going to be epic. You're going to have a blast, and I promise you, we have a couple cool surprises that's going to blow your socks off. So with that said, make today count.
I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. Did not come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. Thought they should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm Mark Evans here. wake up.